Hi, I'm Laura Prairie Malone, an independent Stampin' Up! Representative, and I'm here to show you my little hand sanitizer gift baskets here, or gift boxes if you will may. And I've been making these for a while and giving them to my Stampin' Up! Clients as well as my Avon customers because there fits an Avon hand sanitizer, and these happen to be 2.5 ounces. And it holds a good size one. I've also made them in the past for hand lotions as well. But today I'm making it for the hand sanitizers. I have an order going out pretty soon for a customer who needs them for a baby shower. They're finally going to be able to have it outside. And these will stand up at the table and look rather nice. So I'm going to get right into it. Like I said, I do both Stampin' Up! As well as Avon. And I love doing it both and sharing everything I do. So I give these as gifts to both Avon customers and Stampin' Up! Customers. And I've been getting a lot of feedback from them and how much people love them. And I've been selling them without having to have a craft fair. So I thought it was a great time to show it to you. Okay, so you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 2 by 7 3/4. And we're going to score on one end at 1 1/4 and the other one at 1 1/4. Now, you're probably saying their scoreboard is not a Stampin' Up! Scoreboard. You be right. I got this 10 years ago or more when I started making cards with Stampin' Up! The day I saw Stampin' Up! Was the day I joined, and I couldn't wait for my order to come in, so I wanted to go grab some pieces to practice everything I was taught in that first little class that I decided to stay and get my discount. I wasn't planning on being a representative that goes out and recruits and builds a downline or gets customers, but it just happened by accident. So here it is at 1 inch. This score is, and this cardstock, if I haven't mentioned it, is 3 by 6 3/4. Okay, and I'm going to score it at 2 3/8. 1, 2, 3. It's the line right after the quarter. 4 3/8 as well, which again is the line right after the quarter. Make sure you stay tight in there. So while I was waiting for my stuff to come in, I had to have something to work with. And that's when I went out and bought this. I do have the big one, but I find this easier to put on my little desk here. And I have all my scoring done. Okay, I'm going to just bend it right on each score line and make it kind of crisp. And I've loved it. So by accident, I ended up becoming a representative that sells. I wasn't planning. I was just a hobbyist. And Avon and Stampin' Up! Is very comfortable with you being just a hobbyist, that is. Now, where did these pieces go? Okay, on this one here, we're going to take my tag punch. And on the end that isn't scored, we're going to slide it in and punch the tag hole into it. And I love this punch. I mean, I love it at Christmas time. This happens to be my newest one. I have an older one, but they discontinued it. And I think it would be fair to show you this fancy top without having it. They have a couple of them. I already cut my 2 by 4 tag for the front, and I punched it. Okay. Trying to keep my crumbs out of the way because I'm going to use some of my crumbs to decorate. So now what I'm going to do is take my snips, and on one end, which will be the inside flap because we're going to fold these up, I'm just going to take a little bit off, just, you know, a 1/16 maybe, not even. And what I'm going to do is fold this one to be the outside. So I'm going to put, unfortunately I don't have any Tombow left. I'm going to use my art glitter glue and put it right on the littler flap, because that's going to go on the inside. By cutting that little piece off, it's going to allow it to bend. So what I want to do is take this one, and the bend is where this edge is going to meet. And everything's going to line up. Get it as straight as you can, because you are building a box. And it's going to be just that easy. And they should match up perfectly. Inside, yes, you will have a gap, but that allows you to be able to bend it. Now, while I got the glue out, let's take it. This piece here is going to be the inside box part. And I'm putting glue on one of the end tabs, or the end lines here. And I'm going to turn around and make this area here the back, because that came up. So with that being said, I want to put the back on the bottom, take this and meet up with that first score line as evenly as possible, keeping it right to the edge because you're going to need every bit of it to hold that hand sanitizer. And you can fold it right back, and it's right there. And it goes up nicely. Then I'm going to take glue, and again on this one, I'm going to glue it right down in there. On that first panel again. And just do it again. And match it up. Now if it overlaps a little, that's fine. It just makes it a little more sturdier. And again, you want to get it as close as lined up to the other one. And right on the edge. You want the edge of the... right there. Perfect. And then I take my bone folder and give it a little swish inside, making it nice and flat and helps it glue down. And what I'm going to do is pick this end up, and I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to hold this in my hand, and I like to hold it like this so I can put the glue here. And even with the Tombow, you don't need a ton of glue. If it does leak out, this glue and the Tombow do dry clearly. Okay. So these here have been selling like hotcakes, and I haven't had a craft fair yet. So that's why I felt like this is something I should share with everybody. I designed it myself. A lot of my projects I do design myself. Okay, I'm trying to get this down in there as tight as possible. Squish it right in there. And there we go. So now I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to take my Designer Series paper. While that's setting up on the other side, I'm going to just put some glue on it. And where I cut it the way I did, I'm going to leave 1/8 of an inch at the bottom and the sides. Okay, it's not going to be 1/8 of an inch from the top. Reason being is if you decided to make this with something else, I wanted you to be able to shorten the top. Plus you're going to have a tag over the top. So it makes the paper go a little bit further. And the paper I'm using today is Flowers for All Season. Let me get this connected right. And there we go. And it went a little over. Oh, that's okay. We'll leave this one. This will be just one of our boo-boos. You know, once you make a mistake on camera and you don't know how to edit, you're stuck with it. And that's okay. Oops. And I'm going to just put glue on this piece here. After I make it, I'll go back and I'll take it apart very carefully and try to fix it. But for now, that's fine. Not that fussy. It should have been perfect like these, but life happens. And when you don't know how to do anything but make it and not play with the videoing here and how to edit, I could edit that out if I knew how. I watched a lot of it, but, you know, I have enough problems just getting my iPad to work for me. It tells me one more time I don't have any memory left when I know I got memory. So what I'm doing is taking one of our clear blocks, and I'm using a stamp set called Sweet Strawberries. And I happen to love these flowers. Now, whether you want to put a flower on it or maybe use one of our other stamp sets, we have one that is perfect for Avon ladies, but I'm not using it on this one. It's got a lipstick tube and such. It's called Hearts and Kisses. It's also in our mini catalog. Okay, and I'm just tapping my ink on. This happens to be Shaded Spruce. Yeah, what is it? Shaded Spruce. You'll notice that our ink pads flip over to open and close. Well, the reason being is it keeps the ink fresher and it doesn't dry out as fast. They snap close nice. I huffed on it just because I let it sit there for a few minutes or seconds because I want the cleanest stamp I could get, and I'm just holding it. And this is a polymer set, clear polymer, and I love it because it's easy to take care of. This might be the one time. Oh, there it is. I use a diaper wipe, but I'm not going to. I have my chamois from Stampin' Up, and I just add water and swish it off, and it's ready to go. And that's it for that. Isn't that beautiful? It comes out so clean. And I can go back in and clean all the little nooks and crannies later with the corners. but it wipes right off. So this is a watercolor based ink, which is nice, and I'll show you why in a second. And I'm going to take this right off and put it over there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to use Magenta Madness because I love that color. And that's the pink that's in this. And I have another stamp out that from this stamp set. There's 16 pieces, and this set only costs $18. So that's less, that's just a little over $1. And I'm using Hello there. And you'll notice our stamps actually the size that they're shown on the case. And these cases, they just go right in a regular bookcase, like a DVD case would be excellent for it, because they're the size of a DVD, which I think was great thinking on their part. And I'm using the Magenta Madness just to put the words on. And hello there. And I can see right through that I'm kind of getting it straight. If not, it's okay. It's just a tag. And I want my best, but, you know, and I'll wipe that up in a second again. You will get a little staining for anything with a red pigment to it on them, but it doesn't damage them in any way. And I'm just swishing it off. So I hold classes on Zoom, and anybody that joins my team, and starting next month, they're going to have a great, awesome deal. You join for the $99. Instead of just getting $125 of anything you want out of the book, you get to pick out $155. And that's going to run from May 4th to the 31st of May. And I think that is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Now this here is our blending pens. They're already moist, so all I'm doing is actually just grabbing some of the ink that's in here from where I stamped, and I'm just going right over it and coloring it in. And it only takes a few minutes. I mean, you could do this, you know, while watching TV, if you're going to make a bunch of them up for a customer, or maybe you're having a craft fair. This is a great way to either advertise your business or just sell them. I mean, people are always looking for Mother's Day gifts, teachers' gifts. Like I said, I got an order to do baby showers and bridal showers. So this takes no time at all, and it's all done. Now to clean this, I just go like this, and it'll stay moist as long as I keep my cover on. And it's dual end, and it comes in a package of 3, and they're called blending pens. Okay. Now for the flowers, I have an older punch that I absolutely love for my tiny little flowers. And I'm going to take some of the paper that I have left over. And this one here, I'm going to try to punch out. I kind of liked the pink on top. And I'm going to cut out 6 flowers. Even if I have to go inside here, which is okay. Alright, I can use this later if I want, or whatever. It's mine, you know. My preferences today, I want to cut out this little rose right here. And where I'm cutting it out to a different shape, it just gives me a whole bunch of texture in the flower. I think I'm going to take this one way up here if I can fit this in. Whoop, I can't fit it quite in yet. So I'll just take out a section. Alright, there we go. And there's 3 of them. And I need 6. So now what I might do is, let's see, take out this red one. That'll be okay. No, that doesn't look okay. I'll take out this red one. Okay, get in there. You don't want to get in there right now, right? And I could have done this beforehand, but I wanted to just, you know, my mindset of how I pick out flowers. And I need one more, and I'm going to just take this one here. Even though it doesn't have all the colors that all the pink in it, it will look wonderful. And I got glue dots, and what I have now is one of my tools here, and what I'm going to do is just run it in the middle and squish it down just a little bit so I can curl up the edges just a little bit. Alright, just by pressing in the middle, it'll go up. And this is actually a pokey tool. I absolutely love this for picking up rhinestones, or in our case sequences sometimes. Some of them do have glue and some don't. We have some beautiful ice cream speckles right now, sprinkles, and it works really well with them as well. So one end will pick up things, the other end will pick them up with the little sticky end, which is great. And I'm actually lining these up on glue dots. And glue dots, if you've never worked with them, boy, when I found out about them, I felt like, where have you been all my life? Between all my kids' projects and stuff, I'm like, where the heck were you all my life? And all I'm doing is sticking it right on the little glue dot. They're double-sided, the glue dots, so now it's like an embellishment. And if you look at that one, it's pretty, that's pretty. But those look like more that might be underneath. So what I'm going to do is just put them on top of each other and build up the flower. And even though the green's showing, it kind of looks like there's a leaf underneath. I'm going to take this one and put it underneath and put this one here on top. All right, no rhyme, no reason. This one here I kind of like with all the colors on it, so I'm going to do that. And it kind of makes it festive, and it kind of goes more with the paper. So now I got all my flowers lined up. I can smush them around a little. And what I'm going to do is take some of these pretty beads. This time I think I'm going to go with the pink one. And I just pick it up with my tool, because they're actually already pretty glued. They have the glue right on the back, or little glue dot. And there, they're going to stay right there. So the only other thing I need to do is get 8 inches of ribbon. Okay, approximately 8 inches. And I'm going to cut it on an angle. All right. And what I'm going to do is pick up this little box and run my ribbon right through, so that if I'm selling this to a customer or giving it as a gift, I can put a little thank you note on the back of my tag that's on the front very easily by loosening up the ribbon. Doesn't want to come undone. This ribbon is Magenta Madness, and it's on, it might be on the clearance, I want to say, or at least on things that are going away. As of May 4th, a lot of products will be going away, and this is one of them. And it'll be replaced by some more beautiful products. In this case, there we go. So that it is. And the little hand sanitizer can go right inside. So I hope you like that. This is my second video, as I said, and I'm still kind of nervous. But I'll put all the measurements and stuff in the caption below. And hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button and like my video. Have a wonderful day, and thank you. Again, my name is Laura Pereira Malone, an independent Stampin' Up! Representative. Have a great day.